All right, folks, I'm just gonna say it. This Roseland floor plan might be the most slept on big body home in all of Wesley Chapel right now. And I don't know why, because the second you step into this thing, it's like, oh, okay, this is what Pulte's been cooking. Well, we're out here in Two Rivers, one of the fastest growing, most talked about communities in the whole Tampa Metro. And this model, it's built for people who actually live in their home. With over 4,200 square feet, you've got space for days, flow that actually makes sense, and the ability to customize features to make things more your style. So here's the deal. If you're out there scrolling floor plans, drowning in options, or you're just tired of homes that feel like copy paste with a different elevation, the Roseland is gonna wake you up. Follow me inside. Let me show you what I mean. Yes, the Roseland, this is what I'm talking about. I can already tell there's like a million things that I'm gonna show you here because there's so many nooks and crannies just from walking right in the front door that I can see that this is gonna be a fun tour. But right here in the front of the house, there's this flex office bonus room. I feel like there's gonna be more than one here on this tour too. But right away, you've got these double doors that open up, tall ceilings. I mean, right in the front of the house, again, this is set up as the office space right now. And just let your imagination go wild right here. My wife, she'd want to turn this into a library. I know it, she's been begging me for one, so I can't really show her this house, but for me, I'd have the office. I'd have the typical double door setup, and this would work perfect for that. It's gonna be right off your foyer. Now, as we continue in, got this nice little, catwalk that you can see up front, but I gotta move in here because it really starts to open up. But before we get there, to my left here, we're gonna have this dining space. Formal dining space. I mean, with over 4,000 square feet, you just kind of feel like that's gonna come here, that you're gonna need that because you are gonna be hosting people in the Roseland model if that's the home you decide to go with. But here's the little intricacies that I really like. There is an option to add a little wine room. So it's a tucked in wine nook that's over here under the staircase. And it was kind of neat that they designed those things because I feel like when you get into those kind of details, that's really what makes a house unique. It makes it stand out. It's not that same cookie cutter that you're gonna see with every single house that they tucked it under the stairs. This one, they really made it different. And I feel like that is a fantastic use of every inch of space here. And then you have this nice staircase that goes upstairs, and I'm sure we're gonna have fun up there. But wow, you walk into the heart of the home. And instantly, it's just light is pouring in. And I mean, it's 20 foot, 24 foot. Honestly, I didn't measure it, but these ceilings are going way up. And you've got these transom windows up top just pouring in light from really, I mean, the view. We're in Florida. Every time somebody comes to Florida, they call about Florida. You gotta think about Florida living. It's, I want a pool. I want the outside because 12 months of the year, we have fun in Florida. We get outdoors. And, we've got these big panel sliders here that we can just push back and extend that living space outside for those beautiful days. Right now we're in December. And, to be fair, the weather's beautiful. So open those things up and let the breeze come in. In the summer, I'm having parties. I'm having food outside, cooking on the grill, football on. Well, football wouldn't be summer, but in the fall we would. But I would have those family parties, and every Sunday, I promise you, my family's over and we're partying in the pool and we're grilling out. But coming back inside, right in the space, 20-something foot ceilings, you've got the catwalk upstairs, you've got a beautiful, huge wall. You could throw a 90-inch TV and it's not gonna make it feel small, which tells me that you've got plenty of space for hosting families, hosting friends, hosting parties. And then this is where I really get excited. I'm a chef at heart, grew up in a family restaurant business, right? Right here in Tampa because I'm born and raised here. And look at this kitchen. This kitchen has an island that you would like to brag about. I mean, look how long it is. This is not your typical, 6 foot, 8 foot kitchen. I can tell that they needed an extra slab here to make this go. And I know that because there's a seam right there. But normally one nice big piece of quartz, if you can make it happen, would be beautiful here. But you have the deep sink. You've got cabinets for days. It's almost like an Oprah show. It's like you get a cabinet and you get a cabinet. I mean, there's cabinets here for days. I don't know that I have that many pots to fill this, but I would try. For those of you folks that are up north, and I say up north because most people up north have gas, right, when they cook. Believe it or not, in Florida, we only have about 10% of these neighborhoods and things have natural gas. So it's really nice to see a gas stove here in Two Rivers. Keeping in mind, Pulte builds this in other areas. But in Two Rivers, they have an elevated product. So you're gonna get these little features like the transom window letting in light from the kitchen, from the backsplash. You're gonna get the custom hood and some of these elevated products because this line or this series of home is very different here. And you're seeing a lot of those elements in the Roseland. Now, even though you have all these cabinets, you're thinking, man, I don't even know if I need a pantry. Well, you're gonna get the pantry too. We have a walk-in pantry right here. On the other side, you're gonna have this little nook. Personally, it's a coffee bar area where you want the coffee machine off the counters because you want it nice and clean when people come over. I would throw it in right there. We're gonna throw down in this kitchen, there's no question. Got built-in ovens, you got another oven right here. So we're cooking, all the appliances look great, they're all matching. And then boom, casual dining space. For me, there's nothing better because I have a big family. In the mornings, we're making lunches, the kids are up here, we're constantly, dining, cooking, eating, entertaining. But every now and then it's nice to have that sit down meal. You don't always want to go to the formal dining space. That's when you have those big gatherings, the big, Thanksgiving meals or holiday meals. This is where the family and friends are gonna move and just kind of migrate from the kitchen over to the casual space. Or to be fair, I don't know about you guys, but I have Friday, pizza movie nights with the kids. So our Friday would be, hey, throw down a pizza here, and then we're gonna migrate over to the family room, get cozy, and throw on that Netflix movie. All right, guys, now follow me all the way across the house because there's so much more. Right over here, this is like the other side of the wing, right behind the family room that we had. So I did make a little joke earlier about storage under the staircase, right? Well, they're giving you that too because there's a whole closet here for extra storage and you can never have enough storage, especially in Florida. We usually don't get too much of that. But I tell you what, that's where the garage, this door right behind me, it's kind of like a mudroom space here. When you come in from the garage, you can kind of just hang up backpacks, dog leashes, take off your shoes, whatever it is. But right through that door is a 4-car garage, not 2, not 3, 4-car garage, and with a 40-something 100 square foot home, right? Over 4,000 square feet. You know that you're gonna have some drivers in this house and you're gonna have multiple cars. So let's say you have 2 or 3 cars, this is a 4-car garage. So you can still have your golf cart because in Two Rivers, some of those folks have golf carts. We like to get around and mingle with the neighbors. So you could park that in there. You can hang up your Christmas ornaments and decorations. You got plenty of storage in there. And I have to point that out because I'll be honest, 3 and 4-car garages go really far in homes like this. And sometimes the builders skip out on that. So it's really nice to have that. Now, right across the hall from me here, just real simple, it's a pool bath. So you've got a full, full bath plus the shower, which is fantastic because if you're coming in from that pool, gotta have the pool in Florida, you're not gonna drip through the whole house. As we continue in here, real nice private room, bonus room, absolute media room. However, because we're downstairs, up at the front of the house, it wasn't a bedroom, it was a flex, so an office or whatever. I could see you turning this into a bedroom so that we did have a guest room downstairs. And it really makes sense here versus up front because you're gonna have that full bath access. So it'd almost be like a mother-in-law suite or a guest suite right on this side of the house. Me personally, I think I would lean that way, even though I like the media room. But let's go ahead upstairs and see if we can make something a media room up there. Now let me hit pause real quick because if you're sitting there thinking, man, I could actually see myself living in something like this, that's exactly why my team and I do what we do. And we're boots on the ground out here every single week helping folks find the right home in the right community at the right price without getting lost in the sauce of this crazy Tampa market. So if you're even thinking about making a move or just want someone who actually knows these builders, these incentives, these floor plans, reach out. Our info's in the description and on the screen. Reach out to us because we want to be your Tampa real estate team of choice, and we're actually really good too. Yes, 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 and yes. If I keep saying that, it's because I'm so excited up here. I mean, there is so much design going on that is just different than what you're always used to seeing. So it's kind of refreshing seeing this, but huge master setup here. Windows everywhere letting in pouring in light. Tray ceilings up top. And when I say design, it's because you know, right when you walk through these French doors, I mean, this middle space right here is just a nice seating area or a nice bonus area that you get, and it makes it really feel like a master suite. You know, a lot of times we come in these homes, we say, oh, master suite, and it's like, oh, we have a big master and we have a big closet, and those things are fantastic, don't get me wrong, but this really makes you feel like you went to the Ritz-Carlton and I got the suite, not just the so-called suite. So as you come in here, you're gonna see all the features you need, all the space you need on the master bedroom side of things. But when you really wanna unwind, that's when you come into the master bathroom. So we're here in the owner's bathroom. Let's call it the owner's retreat, because look at this. You've got a soaking tub right in the heart of this thing. You got his and hers vanities. You've got the shower right in the middle of the entire bathroom, which this could be a room all by itself when you talk about space. And then let's just continue with the his and hers vanities, how they separated those. They did the exact same thing with the closet. So there's no fighting on wardrobes. And like I said, yes. So this was a fantastic job by the developer to lay it out this way. But let's keep going. Remember that catwalk that we talked about when we first walked in the house that you could see from downstairs? Well, now we are. I'm walking the catwalk. And again, if you can see all the lighting, or if I look brighter, it's because of all of those lighting from the transom windows up top that we mentioned from downstairs. Now they're just eye level, and all up here is just light and bright. Ceilings are nice and high. As we come right over here, I can absolutely see my kids, and I know for those of you with kids, you're gonna know what I mean. If I'm down there and they're talking to me, they're gonna be reaching over the balcony talking, hey dad, I need this, hey dad, I need that. And I'm like, well, just throw it down, right? So as we come into guest bedroom number 1, from this entire tour so far, and it's funny because we've actually had a pretty good tour. This is the first guest bedroom, but it is upstairs. And you know, I have 2 kids. This setup that they created works perfectly. So you're gonna see this little design where it kind of just opens up this entryway. And I really like that. It actually mimics what we saw in the master. But right here, you're gonna have the bathroom just kind of included into the room. Right here, you're gonna have the closet, so a walk-in closet. And then what they did was they created something really unique. They connected the 2 bedrooms, we're gonna get to that one in a second, by this Jack and Jill setup. So you have your full shower here, you have your bathroom here, so you have 2 pocket doors. So to be able to close this off from the next one, you've got some nice pocket doors with your linen closet, and then it replicates right over here on this side, which is in your second bedroom. So what does that do? Well, for me, I have 2 girls. They're not fighting over brushing their teeth while the other one's showering or using the bathroom. They can simultaneously get ready in the mornings. And this is a fantastic setup for kids. Keep in mind, it's not limited to kids, but it is a fantastic setup for kids. And there's a lot of families looking at a 4,500 square foot house. So as we continue upstairs, we had the master, we had the 2 guest rooms combined with the Jack and Jill. You're gonna have a ton of laundry. Slide right over here, and it's a nice spacious laundry room. Little counter space, some storage, but really it's upstairs. Everybody's doing it these days, because if you have to carry laundry up and down stairs, you're gonna hate life and wish you never got a 2-story. So this is the way to go, and this is the modern setup that you're getting. Now, last but not least, right back here, all the way across, and that's important because it's kind of a split setup, you're gonna have a really nice spacious guest bedroom. This one's a little more spacious than the other 2 guest bedrooms, because it is set up like that, where it's like, hey, I have extra guests, or I have the older teenager gets the bigger room and the other ones get the standard rooms. Keep in mind, I say standard, they're not small, but this one does give you a little extra, square footage. Then you've got the walk-in closet, and you've got the dedicated full bathroom. So you probably started to see why people get hooked on this floor plan, but here's the part most people miss when they're touring it all on their own. There's a handful of features and options that take this thing from, yeah, it's a nice layout, to, oh yeah, this could actually be the one. So not sure if you remember at the start, but I quickly mentioned that you can customize features. So let's go ahead and touch on what some of those options are. First off, the size. You're working with over 4,200 square feet of usable, livable space, not wasted hallways, not awkward corners, actual functional rooms that serve a purpose. You've got the option for a true multi-gen guest suite, multiple flex spaces, which you can convert to bedrooms, a killer upstairs game room setup, and a kitchen that pulls the whole house together without feeling crowded. Now, customizations. This is where Pulte gives you some freedom. You can dial in your finishes, upgrade the kitchen layout, tweak the bathroom setups, and really shape this home into your style instead of settling for something builder basic. You can even add a small wine room. The big picture, this floor plan has range. Whether you're multitasking life with kids, working from home, hosting people every weekend, or D, all the above, the Roseland gives you room to breathe without feeling overbuilt. The Roseland is crushing it for Pulte, especially in a community like Two Rivers. It just makes sense for a ton of folks, but here's the truth. Just because a home looks good on camera doesn't mean it's your perfect fit, and that's okay. Pulte's got options out here. They've got options in Two Rivers. They practically have the entire outskirts of Tampa. It has new construction options for you, and that's why we're here. My team and I are in these neighborhoods every week, talking to the builders, tracking incentives, and actually walking these homes with real buyers. So if you want the real Tampa perspective, reach out. We've got you. And if you're still in that exploring phase, don't fall off now. I've got a full playlist loaded with more home tours just like this one. And hey, if you want to know what it's really like to live in Tampa, the neighborhoods, the growth, the hidden gems, all of it, head over to my sister channel, Tampa, Florida Living. That's where we break it all down for you. As always, thanks for watching, and we'll catch you on the next one.